If you like The Searchers, then you'll like Silver Lode from 1954. In the sleepy town of Silver Lode, John Payne and Lizabeth Scott are about to be married. In rides a man, played by Dan Duryea, who claims he's a marshal and that Payne is wanted for the murder of Duryea's brother. The people of the town don't know much about Payne's past and are divided on what they think. We soon find that Duryea's claims aren't true and that he wants something from Payne. Some tragic events unfold that then make the townsfolk side with Duryea. With his life in the balance, a handful of people stick by Payne to help him live. This film is actually an allegory for McCarthyism, right down to Duryea's character being named McCarty. Really subtle, guys. For this, and The Marriage on a Holiday, many have compared it to High Noon, but when I first saw this film, I wasn't thinking of High Noon. I was so enveloped by the story and characters that I only saw it as itself. The standout performances are by Duryea and Scott. Duryea made a career out of playing bad guys, but he's never been more sinister than he is here. Some say he's eviler in Woman in the Window and Scarlet Street, but I disagree. I think his method for turning an entire town against one man for his own personal gain is more sinister than any other character he's played. Just the look on his face alone is great. You feel like he's patiently holding back an evil laugh because everything is going just the way he wants. I've never seen Duryea this great in a role, and I think this is my favorite performance by him. Like I said before, Lizabeth Scott is great too. Although I don't think this is her best role, I like how well-rounded of a character she is. She isn't just devoted to her man to be a stereotypical faithful woman. She genuinely cares about finding some evidence and doesn't feel right about trusting Duryea immediately. Even when she starts to have her doubts, she sticks to logic when others are taken by emotion. She's pretty damn smart too. She goes out and gets stuff done. She doesn't just sit around and look pretty for most of the film. She's out there trying to make sense of everything. Another acting highlight is Dolores Moran as Dolly. She's a prostitute who used to be involved with Payne, another aspect similar to High Noon, but she also thinks Payne is innocent. Seeing her and Scott team up is a real treat. The film does a good job at building tension over the course of the short runtime. You never question if Payne is guilty or not, but you start to wonder if he'll actually get out of this. Part of this is because Payne's character does crack at some points. Yeah, how many times does that happen in old movies? He only stays valiant for so long before he starts resorting to some desperate measures. It adds some realism to the situation, which grabs our attention more. Something you probably noticed about this film is that it hasn't been restored, so the colors are starting to fade. You could see this as a bad thing, and it is, but I don't know if I'd say it ruins it. I think it makes the film look like one of those faded paintings from the Old West. It makes the cinematography eye-catching in a different way. The camera work is really good for a B-Western. I always think of this one shot where Payne is running through the streets, hiding behind certain structures. It's all done in one take, and the timing of everything else is really impressive. The film is also creative with its action sequences. They really utilize the space to its full potential. It's not just people hiding behind barriers and shooting, although there's plenty of that. They manipulate set pieces and use them to escalate the tension in each scene. So, if you like The Searchers, then you'll like Silver Lode for its great performances, color cinematography, and tight script.